Welcome back to another episode of Look What Jess Found. I had to start the video over because of a technical error. So I'm just going to start it off with we're looking at several pennies today to research. The first one is the 1962 P, and I will show it to you right now. So you can see I believe I found the variation or the double die name of it. And you can see the doubling on the 2. You can see there's a notch on the 6, and there's a slight doubling to the bottom of the 6 also. And then the UST, you can see it very, very clearly in the UST. You can see it also in some of the other letters, but the most clear is the UST. So if you want to pause and zoom in on the UST, you can. It's very nice. Okay, so we got the bottom of the 6, we got the 2, and then we got the UST, right? Okay, so this is the first penny. And again, the reason I have to make this into its own episode is because of how long it takes to do the research. The video I just cut out was 15 minutes long, and I'm not even off of the first penny. So I'm not trying to make this into a 2-hour video, but maybe this saves some time. Okay, anyway, here. So let me show you that. This is copper coins, and it's not the 00 the 010, it's the 009, right? And this one's not even showing the 2, but similar to that one, spread on date and the UST of trust. If you want to look at the pictures, I don't know if they show it. Yeah, here it goes, and you can see the U, and the actually mine is much more contrasty, or it just looks more apparent than I see even on these photos on copper coins. So I'm actually gonna put it in the flip while I am here, because if not, it'll get lost with the other stuff. And I'm gonna call this one the 1D0009. Now, the only thing I have to say about all this, which Eric. Oh, so let me plug in my buddy Eric real quick. Where's the stapler? Where's the stapler? Come on, man. Unbelievable. Okay. So, in the description below is a Discord channel for anybody who wants to go and talk about coins. One of our members, his name is Eric. He has a Discord channel, and it's and you can discuss your coins there. All right, so here, and he taught me a lot about how to use these different websites. 1962 P1DO. And again, this is copper coins, 009P. Now, the one thing I could say is, if you notice, and maybe Eric will answer this, for Konica, Crawford, Wexler, and FS, it says unknown. So the only thing I could think of is that the guy who owns this website, Copper Coins, Doug, I think is his name, somehow he's identified these as being doubling, right? And we gave it a name, class 2. The only thing I have to say is if you go to get these coins graded, do they use his identification on the labels of the coins? Like, can I send this into whatever it's called, NGC, and say, hey, this is a class 2 1DO? Or does NCG use Konica, Crawford, and Rexler FS, but not copper? If they don't use copper coins, they might not. Do they label according to copper coins that are unknown to other websites? I guess that's my question for Eric. Okay, so that's that. The next penny is in 1959, and all right, there seems to be some spread on the 5 and the 9 from the right or from the east to the west, and the same thing with all the letters got a spread in it. Let me see if they have it. I don't think he identifies any 1959s. Let me see. Oh, he does. But his are showing very serious spreading. No, we don't have that. All right, the one I have, it could be like a grease error. There's a name for it, and I know I identified it. I identified the errors from errorref.com. I'll show it at the end. Okay, so the 1959 we have is not identified on copper coins. The next penny is 1965. The 5 is notched. The 6, it has some spreading on the west. The UST, the whole motto, the whole trust is doubled, and so is the IN. The IN is doubled, and so is the trust. How about Liberty? There's a notching in the L. Okay. And when I say 1965p, right? All right, let's go. 1965p. 1DO, nothing. He has nothing there. Okay, so I'll show that at the end also, but it's not identified. No 1965Ps are identified on copper coins. Okay, next. 1974. The 4 looks like it has some doubling and notching, and the 1. I'm going to say that's it. Let's go to the 1970. It's only in the date on a couple of the numbers. Nothing's listed. It has all these different things, but nothing's listed. I don't understand that. And he has 2 1974p 1DOs. Nothing. All right. Oh, I didn't know there was a 1974 large date and small date. There's a P large date. I didn't know that. I've never even heard of that before. I've never heard of that before. All right. And I got to be honest with you, this 1974 is kind of a shot in the dark. I'll show you. So that one's, we're going to say a no-go on that one. And lastly, it's a 1961. The 1 is notched. Oh, man. Yeah, the trust has some nice doubling in it. Really nice. Oh, this one might have the little. Oh, it has the little line under the L. That is so hard to find. All right. So what year is 1961? P1DO. All right. He has it there. Okay. So now look on this one here. It has the little line up there. Ours has it on the bottom over here. Has a little line. Now this will be the one that doesn't have it, right? Oh, okay. And he only. Geez. He only has 3 pitches. Is there another one? Is it the same thing? I think it's the same. I don't know why he puts 2 of them, but they're the same thing. Anyway, not very valuable. None of these are really valuable. A couple bucks, that's it. Light to moderate. Let me point it this way. Let me take off the light. Light to moderate Dublin shown on Liberty and motto and the date. This is master die doubling. Many examples of different dies with this doubling exist. Markers will differ between individual dies. This one has it in trust. Like I said, N on the I and the N. And it has the little notch on the bottom of the L, which is so hard to find, but they're not showing it. Moderate spread shown on date, motto, and Liberty. Doubling shown as a light north spread on the LI and Liberty. Nope. Light, moderate, extra thickness can be seen on date, Liberty, and We Trust. I'm going to say no to that either. Oh, maybe. Maybe. In MS65, it's $8. This one's probably in AU, maybe AU50 for $3. If it's this one. If it's that. And again, this one is saying extra thickness. No, I can see the doubling on the trust. And like I said, the little notch on the L on the bottom. Okay. So that one doesn't show. And the other 2 also I could not find. So far the only one we found as being what it was the 1962 P1DO009 class 2. The other 3 I could not identify them on copper coins, and then the other one was a I'm going to go with is not doubling. So let's look at the pennies again. Now that we did that, and we'll go in the same order that we went in before. Okay, so this is the process. Now, if you're familiar with this process, then you might find it intriguing to see somebody else do it. But I'm going to see how close I can get without it getting blurry. So, okay, forget I can't do it that way. So the T, you can see the doubling in the T, the notches. And the R, and all of the trust. And on the I and the N looks very, very nicely doubled. I like to get a little closer. Nice. Yeah, that's sweet. The N's like the best one. The L is notched in Liberty. So is the Y. And then you can see it in the 5, the upper corner. and the 6. So, oh, was this one identified? Hold on. Was that one identified? I don't know why I didn't. 1965. I thought there was one that said the UST. Let me see. No, there's nothing for the 1965 P1DO. Nope. Okay. Well, I'm going to put this in the flip. It's not identified, but the N and then the 6.5. All right. The next one. Oh, okay. Look. So the 5 is not, this one's not identified, and I've noticed, but what I wanted to see, now you can see how, let me take off the light, see if that helps. Yeah. You can see how they're spreading on the 5 and the 9, but it could be, it's just tilted. This could be a tilt. Just a little bit of a tilt or a deteriorated die. But you can see how around the letters, or it could be grease. You can see how it kind of, it's not a straight line. It bleeds into the surface. But I'm going to say, so if they would have had this as a variation, then that would have been one thing. But I don't. I'm going to say this is probably pretty common and really not worth anything. I'll put that to the side. But I do hold on to the 1959s. I put them into their own bag. This 1974 is the one that I said I could not find anything that matched it. But you can see on the 4 what I was looking at. Whether or not that's extra thickness or a notch on the die. I didn't see anything anyplace else. But I really thought that the 4, oh, you can see it there on the crosslet. Again, it looks like a notch, but it's not identified. So, but it's in beautiful condition. I will put this into the BU penny wrapper roll. And last but not least is this 61. Let me look at it in the loop just so I can remind myself. I can't see it. I can't see what you see through the camera. All of trust is doubled. And the L is the one that's notched in Liberty and has a little marker underneath it. But honestly, yeah, the date has little marks on it, but I'm going to say it's not as significant as what I see in trust. Okay, so let's look at trust. See if you can see what I see through the loop. I don't know if it needs the light or not. And then in the L, it's a little too blurry. Let me zoom out just a bit. Yeah, that's clearer. So to sell a coin like this, I would have to pull out the microscope to get close up of the splitting or the spreading of the letters, which I see under the loop in trust. You might be able to see it on your screen, and I might see it, but I can't see it through the camera screen. Even though I know it's there, I can't see it. Maybe when I watch the video, I can see it in the T a little bit at the top, the first T. Even through the camera screen, I could see it. I could see it right there on the left. You can see where it splits apart, and you can see the bottom where it doubles. And I guess on the R, see it on the bottom of the R. But through the loop, it's much more clear for me to see it. Okay, so, and again, this one is also not identified on copper coins. All right, if I go to 1961 again, P1DO, there's nothing there. All right. Oh, okay. I don't know why I said Doug for. I don't know why I thought it was, is that his middle name, Doug? His name is Charles Daughtry. And he's in Morrisville, North Carolina. Oh wow. I used to live close to there. I used to live in oh man, I can't remember, near Lake George. Morrisville is right next to Lake George. Beautiful area. Beautiful area. Okay, so that's copper coins, I'm saying. So this is the process of when you find something to look it up. Now this is a good example. I couldn't find this anyplace, right? He doesn't identify it. So it's not identified. Does that mean I'm right? No, I could be wrong. You know, again, I would have to take very close up pictures, and I'm not an expert. I would probably want to get second opinions on it before I try to sell it as a double die. But to me, that's what it looks like, and it looks very similar to the other trust doubling. It looks very similar to this one. Is this it? No, not that one. To this one. Well, this one might be more specific. I got to be honest with you. This was a really, really good example. So this is the one I'm confident that it has the error. This one I'm less confident, though I do feel like it looks similar in design to some other double die that are shown, but it's not shown on copper coins, and I guess nowhere else because he's not referencing it. So, but that's the process. So I hope you found this interesting. I'm not, like I said, obviously I'm not an expert with this, but this is part of the learning process. Feel free to go to Eric's Discord channel. It's in the description below. If you want to share pictures of your coins or join in the discussion there. And I'll see you in the next one. This is episode 310. I'll see you in episode 311. God bless.